Hey. Hey, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. Did you say something? It's
Well,
been about 2 hours since we spoke to Fee. I wonder if the elevator's been fixed yet. It'd be bad if we were still split up before the last trial. So maybe we should call them one more time.
hmm,
Hey, are you even listening? I only brought that up because I'm really worried. Sorry. So what are you gonna do? You're right. I'm worried about them too. Let's try calling Strawberry House one more time.
I think.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Huh?
Hello there.
Why, hello there, Hajime. Nagito, why are you here? Because I showed up. You shut up. How did you even come here? Maybe I teleported. Huh? Hey, answer me seriously. How were you able to come to this side?
Hey,
Before I do that, there's something I need to tell you guys. There is? I tried to investigate Strawberry House as much as I could.
now,
I'll give you those details first. Let's hurry this up. After being abruptly interrupted by Nagito, Chiaki and I learned about the results of his investigation of Strawberry House. I guess these were pretty important. Especially the fact that everyone in Strawberry House heard that rumbling noise too. But what was that about the wall clock's alarm going off before that happened? Also, the fact that Strawberry Hall's button was broken is definitely worth noting.
hey,
Also, there's one more thing I need to tell you guys. I've cleared the final dead room. Huh?
Could it be?
wow.
It wasn't life-threatening at all. It was just a little escape game that ended with some Russian roulette. Russian roulette? It's a game where you load one bullet in a gun, spin the cylinder, point it toward you, and pull the trigger. So, you really did it.
Man,
So that's how you're supposed to play it. So it would have been fine if I'd only used one bullet. Huh. I guess it was just as Monami said.
Huh?
actually,
I misunderstood and thought that I had to take one bullet out of the cylinder. So that's how I did it. That... You only had a 1 in 6 chance of surviving.
well,
But I'm still alive. After all, the only good thing about me is how lucky I am. What's wrong with him? I knew he was strange from the start, but for him to casually do something so suicidal... He's crazy. That's all there is to it. Anyway, because I was able to clear the final dead room. And one of those rights was the freedom to move between Grape House and Strawberry House. Not only that, but whenever I move back and forth, I don't even need to play the game again. Move back and forth. Where would you even be able to do that and how?
man,
Hey Hajime,
you stay quiet.
you've been repeating yourself over and over and it's bugging me. Can you let me speak freely for a change? Huh? Anyway, I'm definitely lucky. Thanks to that, I was able to clear the roulette at the highest difficulty. And I obtained quite an amazing prize as my reward. Is that the Future Foundation file?
Yep,
Yeah, it's a continuation of the file we received at the roller coaster. Continuation? There's even more detailed information about the Killing School Life that was in the earlier file. The Killing School Life? You mean the killings that took place at Hope's Peak Academy, right? As I recall, Byakuya was one of the students who participated in it. But even when we learn more about the Killing School Life, it has no relevance to us whatsoever. There was information about the order of the killings and who the killer was for each incident. I find it extremely boring to read about the deaths of people that I don't even know.
right?
Besides Byakuya. Then it's just as I thought. That Byakuya was the Byakuya we knew, right?
But,
However, I can't say the information was completely useless. In truth, there are similarities between the Killing School Life and this Killing School trip. Similarities? For example, the first murder involved someone important getting stabbed to death in an unexpected place. The second murder revealed the presence of a serial killer among the group. And the third murder was actually 2 killings that happened in succession.
Hey,
What do you guys think about these strange similarities?
well,
I can't think of these as coincidences, especially if Monokuma's behind the motives and driving the murders. What are you trying to say?
hey,
By the way, the fourth murder of the killing school life was apparently ruled a suicide. Huh? Whether that means something or not is something each person should think about on their own. I just wanted to tell you guys the truth. The truth? Are you sure you're not just trying to confuse us? Jeez, your complaints just never end, do they? If you're gonna talk like that, I won't want to tell you anymore. And I even learned what your talent is, too. Well, that file wasn't the only one I received from Mom. This is another one. That seal.
Yep.
Indeed, it's the Hope's Peak Academy school crest.
Perhaps.
Does that have information about our stolen memories?
how
Unfortunately, I couldn't find any clues about that. This file doesn't contain our information, just Hajime's information. Just mine?
Why?
Isn't that weird? Why only Hajime's information? It's quite troubling that you would ask me that. I must say, it was always interesting that Hajime was the only one who couldn't remember his talent.
right?
But that ends now. Are you serious? Did you really find out why I was chosen by Hope's Peak Academy? In a way, it's just as Chiaki said. Hajime's existence is special. Because you were just some reserve course student from the reserve department. Huh? Unlike the primary department for main course students who possess ultimate talents, the reserve department is for reserve course students who enter the school through a basic entrance exam. Essentially, you're like a substitute or the second string. Well, even then, that's just a name only. The reserve department pretty much only exists to increase Hope's Peak Academy's revenue stream. Reserve department? Substitute? Second string? Revenue stream? What is he saying? Like I said, to be a reserve course student, you don't need to possess an ultimate talent. You just have to pay a rather costly entrance fee and tuition. With the funds obtained from these exams, the Academy can focus on bolstering and research talent. Through this, the symbols of hope can be raised,
Is it?
which means you're just a stepladder. But you should feel honored. An average, talentless human can be put to good use for those who are known as mankind's hope. What the hell does that mean? Perhaps you simply weren't determined enough. Did you admire hope? Were you willing to sacrifice your body and soul to attend Hope's Peak Academy? Or maybe you're just obsessed with Hope's Peak Academy, like a fangirl following the latest trend. It's not like that. I
Stop.
wanted to become Hope. If that's what you're thinking, just stop it. Listen carefully. The only humans worthy of becoming Hope possess amazing talents and a strong will. And the moment you're born into this world, you either have that or you don't.
There's no mistake.
It has nothing to do with effort. You must be chosen by Hope to become Hope.
You don't
That's why
know?
it's not even worth admiring. Or were you so blinded by your admiration for Hope's Peak Academy that you couldn't even see that? Ugh. You're just some nobody from the reserve course who never had talent to begin with. A nobody who forgot he was a nobody. That's all. Then I'm just... That's right. You were never an ultimate. You had no talent whatsoever. I don't have any talent. I'm just an ordinary high school student.
Man,
I feel sorry for you. Are you shocked to learn that you are the only one who didn't have...
that's not
But
it.
still, if you think about it positively, it looks like there's no more reason to doubt you. Now that we know who you are, a normal, average, utterly unremarkable high school student, there's no way you could be associated with the Future Foundation. But if it's not Hajime, then who in the world could the traitor be? The survivor of the previous killing school life, Byakuya would have been the most likely candidate. But now that's probably impossible. Hey, are you listening?
Hold it.
There's no need for you to listen to this.
What?
Huh?
Well,
It may be important to, talk about who the traitor is, but we need to focus on Mekamaru's murder first. Because if we can't survive the class trial, everyone is going to die together anyway. In that case, would the traitor be among those killed as well? That's something I truly wonder about.
Yep.
Oh well, it's fine. I'll stop for now.
hey.
You said you cleared the final dead room and obtained these files. That means you must have gone to the Octagon, right?
Hey.
Are you curious about the ultimate weapon?
So,
Did you find out what it was? Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Is there any reason I should answer that? Huh? I'm the one who cleared that room, and I'm free to divulge any clues I obtained there as I see fit, right? Are you planning to keep it a secret? Are you playing a side with the killer again?
Man.
Like I said, I'm not on the killer's side. That hasn't changed since this began. How many times must I repeat myself? I just want hope to shine even brighter. What you're saying doesn't make any sense at all. Just tell us already. Tell us about the ultimate weapon. Geez, I guess I have no choice. I suppose I can tell you one little tidbit. You're right. I did go to a place that seemed to be the Octagon, and I found many different weapons there. But I didn't find anything worthy of the name Ultimate Weapon. Don't lie, there's no way that's possible.
Stop it.
Coming from someone with no talent like yourself, that's truly offensive. What did you say?
oh,
Fine, I understand. Now's not the time for us to be fighting. If you won't tell us, we gotta do it ourselves. Now, shall we go back to investigating Mekamaru's case? We better hurry. The class trial is gonna start soon.
You're right.
Also, the guys in Strawberry House should be coming over to decide any moment now.
Bye now.
Then, while we're at it, I'll go on ahead. Hey,
hey.
Hajime. You want me to focus on Nekomaru's case right now, right? It's true that I'm shocked, but now's not the time for me to feel. Right now, I can't afford to be the only one who's... I need to survive with everyone else and return home. That's what's most important. Isn't that right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm relieved to hear that. We should get moving then. Yeah, you're right. I should just forget about it for now. So, the reason why he couldn't remember his talent was because he had none. Let me just go up here. Because I never checked out the Monokuma room, and maybe a hidden Monokuma. So this is the Monokuma archive that Nagito... Apparently there are no clues that might be useful for escaping this place, but... Goodness gracious. Oh, there's the animation for the original Monokuma Theater. Right, it's not letting me click on it. Nothing seems to strike me as a hidden Monokuma. I have returned from the depths of hell. Gundam. Yo, sorry we're late. Just so you all know, it's all thanks to me. I'm the one who fixed the elevator. See, it's just as I said, right?
Hey.
Hey, are you even listening to me? I'm trying to stand out here.
Hey.
More importantly, Kazuichi, did you look into that matter I asked you about?
Huh?
Huh? Oh, that thing about the compass. I looked into it while I was coming here, but I think this compass might be broken.
You stay.
I didn't ask for your opinion, just tell me the results. Huh? Well, the compass needle rotated 180 degrees while we were riding the elevator. The needle rotated 180 degrees? I see, it's just as I thought. Huh? Hey, what did you mean by that? Well, obviously, the elevator most likely rotated 180 degrees. The elevator rotated?
Now then.
Now then, I should go investigate Nekomaru's body. As if he were thumbing his nose at us, Nagito began making his way toward Grape Tower.
Oh
What
my.
the hell is wrong with him? Doesn't he seem pissed off or something? Nagito, what do you know? How much do you know?
You.
Nekomaru, are you serious?
Damn it.
Damn it, I don't know who did this, but this is pretty fucked up.
Hey.
Now's not the time to get sentimental. Come on, we need to hurry up and investigate. But we've already investigated everything we can here.
Well,
No, you haven't. There's still something you should be able to investigate more thoroughly. Now that Mikon is no longer with us, we can't perform an autopsy.
right.
But Kazuichi should be able to disassemble the body, right? Huh? Is that true? Are you going to disassemble Nekomaru's body?
I won't.
Don't screw with me. Hasn't Coach Nekomaru been through enough already?
You don't know.
Been through enough? We need to perform this investigation so we can find out who the killer is. Or perhaps you don't want to know, Akane. Maybe you don't care about what happened to him.
Damn it!
Why you?
You stay.
If you suck at using your brain and you really want to know who the killer is, try not to interfere so much.
Jeez.
Come on, Kazuichi. What are you standing there for?
Ah.
Damn it, fine. I just have to do it, right? I know he said he wanted to see his insides, but not like this. This is just too much.
Well.
Come on, are you guys feeling okay too? Now's not the time to be staring into space. Nagito, there's definitely something wrong with you. I thought he was just treating me differently ever since he found out. It seems like that's not entirely the case. His attitude toward everyone else is strange now too. But why?
Damn it.
Come so far. There's no way I can get sentimental at a time like this. I feel awful for Nekomaru, but this is necessary if we're gonna find out the truth behind this case. As he forced out his voice through his clenched teeth, Kazuichi faced Nekomaru, his eyes full of determination, and began stabbing his tool knife into Nekomaru's body. Huh, where did you get that tool knife?
Huh?
Nagito gave it to me. He said he had it ready before we even went to the amusement park. Too. It's like Nagito has full control of the situation.
Maybe.
Looks like the damage to his head is the reason. Huh? The reason Nekomaru died? I mean, stopped functioning. His torso is covered in huge dents, and his parts are dislocated. Maybe a gear shaft broke too? Well, for now, I tried disassembling Nekomaru's chest. That should help us learn something, right? If that's the case, I need to look at Nekomaru's body one more time. Apparently Kazuichi has finished disassembling Nekomaru's body. I should probably check it out one more time. Nekomaru's chest panel is open. The clock inside is completely exposed. The hands of the clock look like they're pointing to 7:30. Also, it looks like the clock's alarm was set for 7:30 a.m. Which means this clock broke the moment the alarm started ringing at 7:30 a.m. But 7:30 a.m. is strange, right? I mean, we should have arrived at Grape Tower just before 7 a.m. for Monokuma Taichi. Is this clock malfunctioning? No, wait. This is a highly efficient radio clock. Radio clock? It's a type of clock that receives radio signals so it can automatically update the time at fixed intervals. Simply put, it's an extremely accurate clock. That's right. It's a clock that will never slow down. It's even designed so that it cannot be adjusted. I have become a Time Lord! Well, even if it's an accurate clock, they didn't need to install it inside your body. What are you saying? I don't need to wear a wristwatch ever again. There's nothing more useful than this. An accurate radio clock that never slows down, huh? If that's the case. Why does this broken clock say 7:30? What's wrong with him? He's crouching over Nekomaru's body and it almost seems like he's glaring at me. What's your deal, Nagito?
You're the...
Jeez, this is the worst. Huh?
Jeez.
You guys overlooked an important clue. I swear, you're just the worst. As I thought, there's no way I can leave this to you guys. What are you talking about?
Well...
I found this under a fragment of the pillar that tipped over. Is this a doorknob?
You don't even know?
Looks like the screws came out with it. That wouldn't happen unless you applied a ton of force to it. Plus, it looks like there are scratches near the base of the doorknob.
Hey,
Don't you think it's strange?
see?
If we examine the far back door in Grape Tower, the doorknob is still intact, right? Now that you mention it, you're right.
No.
If that's the case, where did this doorknob come from? If it's not the door that leads to Strawberry Hall, then there's only one other possibility. It'd have to be the door connected to Grape Hall, though. Well, it makes sense to think about it. We should try it out. Oh, how?
You don't know?
We take the elevator to Strawberry House and we enter Strawberry Tower from Strawberry Hall. That's the only way we can see the other side of that door, right? But the button to open the door in Strawberry Hall is broken, right? We can just repair it. After all, we have the ultimate mechanic on our side. Well, you're right, but I need parts to repair the door in Strawberry Hall. I can repair it if it's broken, but I don't have enough parts. There's not much I can do about it. But you have plenty of parts right here. Huh? Just use Nekomaru. I'm sure if you dig through his body, you can find parts you can use. Hold on. Are you saying we should use parts from our dead friend? It's called recycling. It's a much better alternative than disposing it with the rest of the junk, right? Junk?
Hey,
Well, Kazuichi, is it possible or impossible? Like you said, I could probably use these parts to repair that button, but... Seriously, hold on! Even if you do repair the button, what's going to happen to the chain on the other side of the door?
huh?
Chain? The door that leads to Strawberry Hall has a chain wrapped around the doorknob. Even if you fix the button on the Strawberry Hall side, the door won't open as long as that chain is there. You don't need to worry about that at all. I don't need to worry? What does that mean?
Now then.
Kazuichi, we should go over to Strawberry Hall so you can repair the door. Hey, I'm not finished. Hajime, you're going to come later too, right? It'd be really bothersome if you didn't. I mean, if there's someone in the tower, the door won't open at all.
Right?
So you should at least make sure you're not pulling my leg. After tersely saying that, Nagito left.
Huh?
What the hell happened to him? He seems on edge about something. Who knows?
Damn.
That reminds me. Nagito asked Kazuichi to do something weird for him, right?
Yep.
It had something to do with how the elevator spins 180 degrees. I wonder what it could mean.
Hey.
Actually, to tell you the truth, Nagito asked me to do something weird too. He told me to investigate all the clocks inside both buildings. The clocks? So I did what he said and checked them all, but none of the clocks at the times messed up. But why'd he ask me to do that in the first place? I don't get that bastard at all. For now, why don't we head over to Strawberry Town? Along with the doorknob matter, there's still many mysteries surrounding this that we don't understand. If we go to Strawberry Tower, we might be able to solve some of those mysteries, maybe.
Jeez.
Looks like that's all we can do. Let's head over. You're right. What Nagito said about the door opening, what is he planning to do about the chain? Looks like it won't come off easily. So does Nagito have a plan or something? Jeez, I don't understand this at all. Thanks to Kazuichi, the elevator is working now. Alright, let's go. We walked into the elevator and made our way to Strawberry House. It's been a while since I've come to Strawberry House.
What's up?
Hey, you're here.
Hey, hey.
Kazuichi, how'd the repairs go? Yeah, well, the damage wasn't too bad once I got the parts, so I was able to fix it right away.
Yeah?
You've got a lot of nerve saying when you used Nekomaru's parts without my permission.
Hey,
Well, I mean, even so.
now.
Anyway, now that we're all here, why don't we hurry up and try it out? What will happen if you press the button to Strawberry Hall's door?
Even so.
There's no way it'll open. You haven't done anything about the chain. The door to Strawberry Hall behind Nekomaru's body was blocked off by that chain, remember? If you didn't do anything about that, it doesn't even matter if you fix the button on the outside. Well, we'll know if we've tried out. It's not even worth trying it out. No, we've all come this far. If he's saying we should try it out, then we should give it a shot.
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be great. Open. Not when the other side is chained up. With a feeling of resignation, I pressed the button. Huh?
Hey.
Why did it open?
Impossible.
Impossible. Where did the chain go?
Hold it.
Hold on a sec. That's not the only thing that's strange. That's right. There's no other way to say it. This definitely looks weird.
So,
What do you mean? Huh? Hey, doesn't this all look the same as when we were in Grape Tower? When we were inside Grape Tower, Nekomaru's body was in front of the far back door. Which means his body should be in front of the door to Strawberry Hall. So if we entered from Strawberry Hall, his body should be right in front of the door as we walk in. Why is Nekomaru's body in front of the door to Grape Hall?
Hey, hey.
Not just that, the parts I carefully arranged when I disassembled the body all moved too. The body isn't the only thing that moved. Even the tipped over pillar and the spilled oil. They've all moved the exact same way. The crime scene looks identical to how we saw it when we entered from Grape Hall. Everything that was at the crime scene inside Grape Tower shifted to the opposite side. As if it all rotated 180 degrees, right? Can't imagine that the floor actually rotated 180 degrees, but is that really what this means? No, it's more than that. I feel like there's an even greater mystery here. A mystery so great that it could drastically affect the outcome of the case. We might have to rethink this. We might need to fundamentally rethink how we've been approaching this case. The chain disappeared. This strange feeling I felt when I went back and forth between the two towers. Yep, just as I thought. It was definitely the right choice to confirm this. Just as you thought? Then you already knew about this mystery. You have a bad habit of relying on others when you don't understand. Why don't you try investigating first?
See?
That door at the far back with the picture of a grape on it? Maybe there's a clue hidden there. There's a clue on that door? It's the door with the picture of grapes on it. This should lead to Grape Hall. One of the doorknobs is gone. It's like the screws came out with it. It's the same as that doorknob that was on the floor. See? The screws came out with it, right? The doorknob next to Nekomaru's body came off the door to Grape Hall. Well, that's what it looks like. When you said clue, were you talking about this? But what is it a clue to?
What?
Huh? Did you get even more confused? No need to worry. Just one clue will change everything. Huh? all the mysteries will be solved, as if everything were linked together if you can reach it. Just like I did. What does that mean? Even if I ask him that, Nagito probably won't give me an answer, so it'd just be a waste of time to ask.
It appears that it's time for the class trial. To tell you the truth, I'm tired. Extremely tired. I feel like spending the rest of my life hibernating already. Man, I know it's bad, but I'm so sleepy. I just want to ditch. Though I really don't feel like it. I'll show you my serious side when you come to the class trial. Even though it's impossible since it's so annoying, you can count on me to take this seriously.
Looks like it's going to start. Another class trial. But how are we supposed to get to the trial ground?
Damn it!
You're right, we can't do anything unless we get out of this building. Akane, did something happen?
Hey.
No, well, do you guys hear something? Hear something?
Hey.
What do you hear this time? Suddenly, as if cutting off Chiaki, our surroundings started to shake and rumble. And then, it suddenly appeared before us. Seems that way.
Oh,
Alright, I'm gonna go. Just hold on, Nekomaru. I'll make sure I avenge you. Jeez, at least be a little cautious. It's obviously a trap.
It's a pea.
I agree. I detect the scent of danger. Even my familiars are saying, do not go inside.
It's nearly showtime!
How interesting. If you can kill me, you're welcome to try. Try stabbing your sword through my very heart. Now then, we shall get moving as well.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. It's annoying, but if Miss Sonia is going, there's no way I'm not gonna go. But it's so damn annoying. Guess it doesn't matter if it's a trap or not. One by one, everyone went into Monokuma Rock. Until I was the only one left. And when I was about to take a step forward, we're the same. The same stepladders. Nagito was suddenly standing next to me with his eyes locked onto a rock. Other than the small movements of his mouth, he was perfectly still.
Well,
You and I are just stepladders. For everyone who holds the title. I always believed that I didn't mind. Like you, I know my place. What are you saying?
man.
Time. And from that, true hope would be born. I always believed that the talent that survived would be true hope.
Damn.
But it wasn't. There is no hope amidst all this killing. Of course there isn't. What kind of hope comes from killing people?
What?
Really? Are you suggesting that sacrificing others for hope isn't real hope? You're wrong. It's only natural and extremely obvious that strong hope devours weak hope.
Isn't that...
After all, that's what it means to live, right? There's no way I'm going to accept that.
Well,
Oh well, it's not like that's what I wanted to say to you anyway.
hey.
There's this one novel I like. It's a peculiar mystery story. Huh? A novel? The story is told from the point of view of a high school girl involved in a serial killer mystery. Get to the end. Surprise, surprise! The girl was actually the killer. Of course, the story is written carefully so the reader doesn't learn the ending in the middle of the story. The protagonist is just a projection of the reader, and this projection turns out to be the killer. Which means the killer you were looking for the whole time was inside you all along. How do you feel about novels like that? What the heck are you talking about? You're just jumping from one topic to another. And I can't comment on a book that I've never read before.
No.
Such a normal answer. I should have expected that from a talentless reserve course student like you. But I know that you don't matter at all, so why do I care about you? You admire Hope. I love Hope.
Right?
In some ways, we're similar. But maybe that difference is what's making me so emotional. Enough already. I don't have time to argue with you. Let's go. Everyone is waiting.
Man.
Everyone, huh? So you still believe you're just like everyone else? Reserves course students are so full of themselves. Nagito's chilling laugh continued as he disappeared into a rock. That's right. I took several deep breaths, and once my nerves had settled, I stepped into... The elevator shook violently as it descended at an ever-increasing speed.
Hey.
When we're in a normal elevator that shakes this bad, it reminds me how efficient that elevator in the funhouse was.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's probably true. The elevator continued to shake and descended deeper. And suddenly, it stopped like it always does. Opened. I understand your desire to applaud this wonderfully vulgar trial ground. But it's so exhausting to discuss useless things, so let's just get on with it already. So sad. My chest hurts. Forcing everyone to do this is so sad.
Hey, come on now.
Hey, don't go talking without permission after I've said my catchphrase.
Now I'm really angry.
Otherwise, I'll roll a dice, and based on the result, I'll give you a sex change operation that many times. What an extreme punishment. Now then, let's get on with it once again. Let's get a move on, boys and girls. And so it begins. I hope this would never happen again, and now it's happening for the 4th time. The curtain to the 4th class trial was about to open. Nekomaru Nidai, the ultimate team manager. He was more passionate, more daring, more honest than anyone I'd ever met. Truly, he was more man than any of us. He sacrificed his body to protect Akane, and his appearance changed drastically because... But he still tried to live earnestly. And just when I finally got used to his new form, Nekomaru's killer is one of us. Killing someone because it's the only way to survive is no excuse. I won't let this be excused. I won't forgive this. The person who betrayed Nekomaru, who betrayed their friends, I will never, ever forgive them. And so, this life-threatening trial, billowing with hope and despair, has begun. Alright, so who do you think the killer is? Leave your guesses in the comments if they are working. And I'll see you guys in the class trial.